All right, guys, want to take a quick look at what's going on. So I've got all these leaves, some of them from our yard, some of them from the neighbors. Those bags are all from the neighbors. We have a compost pile, which has come down a lot in size. We have a second compost pile over there we'll get to in a second. These have been falling out of the tree. I'm not sure which tree. I think the tall ones, because I don't see any of them low down. But it's pretty rare that they fall. This is all that's fallen over like a 2-month period in the little forested area there. I've got a few cuttings from dragon fruit that I had to recut because I was screwing them up. But I'm waiting for this to dry out. I'm giving it about a week. Just sit here in the sun. I have to treat these funguses with a peroxide solution that I have to make. And if that doesn't work, then I have to get some fungicide. But this stuff will spread to other cactuses and cause problems, so I have to treat that as it comes up. I've got my 2 papayas. I guess it's 3 because there's 2 in this pot, but I've got 2 pots of papayas here that are getting some nice sun where they are. I think I'm going to end up planting them in front of the house over there. I'm going to weed out that whole area and plant them right in front of the house because as they grow, they will provide some shade on the house and they'll get plenty of sun over there and not block my other plants. If I planted them over there, it would block part of the yard. These are a couple bags, mostly sticks, spiky things. I don't necessarily want them to be in my compost. Hard to move. This pile was made with a lot of sticks, and so it's really hard to move. And actually, I'm done moving this one around. It's about as composted as it's going to get, and you can see a bunch of pumpkin plants growing out of this little hill that I'm actually going to allow to continue growing here for a while. And then eventually I'll go plant them in small piles. These are all my new sticks. I just cut down off a bunch of bushes. They're gonna rot there for a little while and all the leaves will fall off into a nice pile. I'll move the sticks into my stick pile. Got all these pumpkins, doing great. They actually really like being in these pots. I think it's because the pot is holding a certain level of moisture that they can continue taking from, whereas the ground is spreading it out more. And so we're getting less growth off of the ones that are in the ground over there. I tied these guys up all nice. They're doing great. These all have root development. This one has a little root, just one little teeny root popping out of it, but I replanted it in a better way. I'm trying to dry out the top layer of this soil. Looks like it's nice and dry now, but I had to dry it out because it was way too wet. I was overwatering these guys. Got my nice wood pile, drying in the sun for another year or so before I cut into those. And then over here we've got the little pumpkin patch, and you can see some growth in there. So I'm going to clear all this stuff out. That's my next task. Clear all these weeds out. They're 4 feet tall over there. And make the rest of this zone, which is basically unusable land right now because of this broken hot tub, make the rest of this zone into more of a pumpkin patch. Eventually I'm planning on making some potato rows here, some rows of potatoes. Potatoes are stupid easy to grow, so you can get a lot of food out of them, and they're really easy to manage. And that's kind of the idea. I want to do stuff that's easy to manage. And then over here we've got a whole bunch of mole trails. They're digging through all this sand and making it really hard, or really loose, so it's hard for the mower to get through here. This is where I'm putting all the sticks. I'm just, collecting a little tinder. I mean, little tiny sticks like that are really easy to start a fire with, so I want some material like that. And then I've got some bigger material to go with it underneath there, but as sticks fall out of this tree, we get tinder material. I gotta clean all this up too, but that's okay. All of this can go into my compost pile, so it's all good. All right, and we'll go out front to the cactuses. Oh, but on the way, we have these cactuses which are growing through the fence. That's okay, I don't mind that they're growing through the fence, but some of them are growing down towards the ground, and I need to trim some stuff up. Hopefully you can see that in the video. Got to weed out this garden bed too. Don't want our little banana plants to have any problems. And actually, this banana plant has a brand new leaf shooting up out of it. And I think so does this one. Oh, this is actually the new leaf. just 2 days ago, this leaf looked exactly like that. So that's pretty neat. Got some pineapples. I've been using up my pumpkins from this shelf. I've been eating them. Some nice pumpkin soup. Okay, yeah, so this type of cactus is called nopal. I learned this from one of the neighbors. They have these longer fruits on them. And the nopal cactus is really good if you take one of the leaves and cut it into pieces and put it into like a gallon of water and then drink it. It's good for your guts. And you do that with like the newer leaves that pop up. Meanwhile, this type over here is called either tuna or tuna. I'm not really sure. But wow, you see all those little leaves popping up. But the tuna is better for the fruit. Now you can eat both on both, but that's just what they're better for. Tons of little fruits coming up too, and you can see right here where we cut this top of the stump off, it actually made like a whole bunch of little ones. So that might be what I do in the future, is kind of top them at a low level so that it does that. Hey, get out of the garden, Cole. Out. There's a bunch of spikes in there. I'm gonna get hurt. You can see this rose vine popped out of the ground. This is 2 days of growth, and it went straight up to wrap around my cactus. So I'm gonna have to pull that out pretty soon. I actually stepped on one of these suckers the other day. Can't even tell which one. Oh, there it is. I stepped on this guy, broke him in half. Let's see if I can see it in the video. Yeah, there it is. So you see that line, that crack? I just stuck it right back on top. I hope it kind of like reattaches itself. But you can see all the crazy amount of fruit. It's a crazy amount. Tons of fruit. And they're all getting nice and big and plump. One of them died over there, that little yellow guy. They're getting crazy big.